You're listening to the Open Books Podcast.
Your next chapter starts now.
Is it love, 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 love that I'm feeling? Is it love, 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 love that I'm feeling? Is she the one?
Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Open Books Podcast. Today we're embracing all things fall with a fall TBR list, and we're hoping that this list, it might range from some pumpkin spice romance to some spine-tingling little thrillers, but we hope that you leave here with something good to read.
These books see the light of day on our Kindle/audiobook or physical copy. I hope we actually do take the time to read these books. A lot of the fall the TBRs that we've done, I think we've made progress on some of them as well.
Yes, I think we're both reading one that's on our list.
Yeah,
so
we are. It's perfect.
That might be why I said a pumpkin spice romance like a loser.
So should we just jump in?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
What's number one on your list?
Number one on my list is what I'm currently reading right now. So I put this one on here because it's been on my TBR for a long time, and I decided to finally pick it up because the last book that we just read, the last one, had me in such a reading energized mood. I was
I love how you said that.
reading energized mood. I was
Energized.
pumped. I'm like, I need to keep these good vibes going.
Keep the good vibes going.
And get another really good book. And I've heard nothing but great things about this book. So I was like, let me just go into something else that I know is going to be a banger. So this is Hidden Pictures by Jason Rekulak.
Oh my gosh, yes.
We've talked about this one for so long. My nanny says it's one of her favorite books, and we got to trust Nanny's Rex.
We do.
So this book has been circulating forever. If you search up thrillers or psychological thrillers, although this one is given a little more paranormal so far. Mallory Quinn is fresh out of rehab when she takes a job as a babysitter for Ted and Caroline Maxwell. She is to look after their 5-year-old son, Teddy. Mallory immediately loves her new job. She finally has her own living space, goes out for nightly runs, and has the stability she's been craving. As she sincerely bonds with Teddy, who's a very sweet, shy little boy who's never without his sketchbook and pencil. His drawings are the usual fare, trees, rabbits, balloons, but one day he draws something different, a man in a forest dragging a woman's lifeless body. Then, Teddy's artwork becomes increasingly sinister, and his stick figures quickly evolve into lifelike sketches well beyond the ability of any 5-year-old. Mallory begins to wonder if these are glimpses of a long unsolved murder, perhaps relayed by a supernatural force. Knowing just how crazy it all sounds, Mallory nevertheless sets out to decipher the images and save Teddy before it's too late. I had chills just reading that because it's so good so far. It's a little more slow because I think it really is have to build up to the plot. You have to really understand Mallory. It goes a little bit into her background with addiction, and she's young. She's 20. She's college age. Mm-hmm. So it's really interesting to hear someone that young be a recovering addict. Her relationship with Teddy, the little boy, is really sweet to read about, and he's just now getting into the drawings. I can't stop reading it. It's another one that I can't put down.
I need to start that too.
You need to add it to your TBR. It's not scaring me yet, but I've been looking for a scary book.
I know.
So I really, really am enjoying it, and I need to see where it goes. So I recommend this one a lot.
Okay. I'm adding that to my list.
Yes.
So my first book that is on my TBR list, and I am actually reading it right now. So side note, I have been trying to do one Kindle, one audio, and I did forget to put my audiobook on here, but I do want to mention it. My mom said it's really good. If Something Happens to Me by Alex Finley.
Okay, I feel like I've heard of that.
Because it's kind of been circulating. So far, it's good. I'm only on chapter 2, but I won't use that as one of my books. But my first book is The Pumpkin Spice Cafe by Lori Gilmore, and I cannot believe that
those words came out of your mouth?
Came out of my mouth. So I saw it all over TikTok. No, I think in the title it says TikTok made me do it.
That's hilarious. Wait, what is it? The
Pumpkin Spice Cafe
by Lori Gilmore. Okay.
While you're looking at that, it is a spicy small-town romance when Jeannie's aunt gifts her the beloved Pumpkin Spice Cafe in the small town of Dream Harbor, y'all.
Girl.
Y'all, Jeannie jumps at the chance for a fresh start away from her very dull desk job. Logan is a local farmer who avoids Dream Harbor's gossip at all costs, but Jeannie's arrival disrupts Logan's routine, and he wants nothing to do with the irritatingly upbeat new girl, except that he finds himself inexplicably drawn to her, of course. Will Jeannie's happy-go-lucky attitude win over the grumpy but gorgeous Logan? Y'all.
Grumpy Sunshine?
It's grumpy sunshine trope. So the Pumpkin Spice Cafe is a cozy romantic mystery for fans of Gilmore Girls with a grumpy sunshine dynamic in a small town setting. And then I kind of like looked more into it, and there's actually 4 books in this series.
Okay, well, you might
Now,
love it.
I don't know if I'm going to love it.
To
just
keep
because-
reading more.
Right. I might finish this book just to say that I, read it.
Yeah.
But so they have the next book is The Cinnamon Bun Bookstore, followed by The Christmas Tree Farm. And you ready for this one? The Strawberry Patch Pancake.
It's giving like Twinkle Twinkle Little Star.
Yes. Yes, it is. But I'm only on chapter 3.
Is this Kindle for you said? Okay.
This one's my Kindle. So the other book that I mentioned that my mom was telling me about, that is a thriller, psychological, like girl goes kidnaps out of a car.
Okay.
Like that's very much
the huge.
That's the vibes. But I just had to see what this book was about.
So what are you thinking so far?
It is giving Gilmore Girls. Do you watch Gilmore Girls?
No, I'm thinking about it.
I put it on in the background
Okay.
and just like go about my
Seems
day.
like a great fall background show.
It is. And I don't hate it. And it does give that like vibe, I guess.
Cozy small town vibe.
Yeah. So we're going to see.
Okay, so I was gonna say, I don't hate cozy small town vibes. I really don't, because I think back to Archer's voice, that got a little ridiculous with the neediness of the 2 main characters. Like that's what I remember. But I remember enjoying like the small town beach vibes. Like it gave me a
Yes.
sense of comfort, warmth, if you will. So I get that.
said. Well, also remember when we were like dipping our toe into fantasy
Yes.
and we were like, we have to go in with an open mind. I'm trying to go into this with an open mind.
Yeah, I love that.
Switch it up a little bit. We'll see.
Keep us updated.
I will.
Do you like pumpkin flavor?
Obsessed with pumpkin flavor.
So I don't know if I like it. Like I've never really tried a pumpkin spice latte, a pumpkin flavored
Oh.
like oat milk shake and espresso.
Oh my gosh.
So I
I
should-
need to make my pumpkin chocolate chip cookies for you.
Okay, I will try them for you.
They're so good. They taste like it's Jesse James Decker's recipe. It's almost like a cake,
Ooh, okay.
but they're cookies. They're
Yeah.
not, it's very good.
Okay, I'm interested in both this book and the pumpkin flavor.
And mind all of you, my last 2 books are nothing like my first. So
Okay, well, neither is my second actually. Kind of it is. It's an old classic that I've been wanting.
an old classic.
I've been wanting to read
The
it for
Giver.
a while.
Just kidding.
It's The Giver. I actually just finished The Giver with my class.
Yeah.
Solid book, really, honestly. Could be amazing if someone like rewrote it now and like made it more detailed. I was thinking that because it's just like very dull, but the concepts in The Giver so good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this is The Butterfly Garden.
Oh my gosh.
Have you ever read?
No, but
It's something I felt like I've always needed to read. I feel like people
Same.
reference it a lot.
should this?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Okay, maybe. So let's read what it says it's about.
Okay.
Okay, so near an isolated mansion lies a beautiful garden.
Done.
Sold.
Sign me up.
And this garden grows luscious flowers, shady trees, and a collection of precious quote-unquote butterflies. Young women who have been kidnapped and intricately tattooed to resemble their namesakes. Sold. Okay, wait, let me reread that because I'm like, wait, huh? In the garden grow luscious flowers, shady trees, and a collection of butterflies. Young women who have been kidnapped and intricately tattooed to resemble their namesakes. Okay. Overseeing it all is the gardener, a brutal, twisted man obsessed with capturing and preserving his lovely specimens. When the garden is discovered, a survivor brought in for questioning. When the garden is discovered, a survivor is brought in for questioning. FBI agents Victor and Brandon are tasked with piecing together one of the most stomach-churning cases of their careers. But the girl, known only as Maya, proves to be a puzzle herself. As her story twists and turns, slowly shedding life on the... Hello, am I okay?
Hit your reset button.
Reset. As her story twists and turns, slowly shedding light on life in the butterfly garden, Maya reveals old grudges, new saviors, and horrific tales of a man who'd go to any length to hold beauty captive. But the more she shares, the more agents have to wonder what she's still hiding.
put that one to the side. That's a potential.
That's a potential for sure. Is it a movie? Or no?
I think you're thinking of the Butterfly Effect.
That's what I was thinking of. Okay. But I've seen this book around forever, and I think it's one that
we might have to cover.
we really might have to cover.
All right, my next book on my list, this is one that I didn't know if you were going to have on your list, is The Queen by Nick Cutter. Have you been seeing it?
No. Our Nick Cutter, the Troop?
Yes.
Oh my God. I've actually, though it's funny that you say that because,
Yes, our Nick Cutter.
okay, I've actually been wanting to read something by him so much. There's that book, The Deep, that is about like an underground society that he wrote that I'm interested in reading. So I can't wait to hear what this one is
Okay,
about.
so this is The Queen by Nick Cutter. I think it comes out at the end of October. So it is like, it's going to be a new book. Okay, wait, just you wait. On a sunny morning in June, Margaret Carpenter wakes up to find a new iPhone on her doorstep. She switches it on to find a text from her best friend, Charity Atwater. The problem is, Charity's been missing for over a month. Most people in town, even the police, think she's dead. Margaret and Charity have been lifelong friends. They share everything, know the most intimate details about one another. But Charity carries a secret that even she is unaware of. A secret engraved into her DNA helix. For Charity, she is also known as Subject 6, the crown jewel of Project Athena, a clandestine and unorthodox gene manipulation experiment, the brainchild of a tech titan, Rudyard Crate. And when Charity's gene sequencing actualizes during a traumatic event at a high school party, it sets in motion a chain of events that will end in tragedy, bloodshed, and death. And now Charity wants Margaret to know her story, the real story. In a narrative that takes place over one feverish day,
One feverish day. Oh my God.
Margaret follows a series of increasingly dreadful breadcrumbs as she forges deeper into the mystery of her best friend, a person she never truly knew at all.
I don't think we have a choice but to read this book.
This has
Amber.
to be like somewhere.
We have a choice.
Like,
Wait, that
What?
is the most interesting concept. I love that this is going to be another niche within a niche, like we were saying
Yes.
before, because it's thriller, but it's something we've
this
never
is
read.
us. Yep.
A gene mutation or
Yeah.
a gene. So it's something.
She's a subject of this gene
Testing,
sequencing. Yes.
Like, is she going to be a monster? Is she going to be a vampire?
Yeah,
Is she going to
so
be an alien?
She's Subject 6, which again kind of gives Stranger Things, like
Yes.
11. You know, they had like numbers. But yeah, I'm like, okay, what was the high school event that set her off?
Oh my God, it's kind of it makes me think of Carrie. You know,
Yes. Also love that the book is in a day.
we've never read anything like
No.
that. I think that sounds so good. We know that Nick Cutter,
Cutter, yeah.
Nick Cutter writes amazing novels. I am so interested in this.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. That's the one I was like, oh, I think Colby might have this on her list if she's had seen it.
I'm surprised I haven't seen that. Okay, I'm really interested
Yep.
in that. So my last one is called Cross Her Heart by the author Sarah Pinborough. This is the same author who wrote the novel Behind Her Eyes, which turned into
yes.
the Netflix original hit series. We've been talking about this book a lot. Was it Miss Wood who texted us and she said she had just finished the show?
Yes.
Because it was kind of like it was a trending post and a couple people were commenting on Facebook.
Angela just finished it too.
Yes, Angela. So, and she was like, came back to leave a comment after and was like, holy shit. I remember that was just like, I remember the feeling I had when watching that show. And I was like, okay, if that author, Sarah Pinborough, wrote Behind Her Eyes, surely
She's got some
capable.
other good shit.
She's got some things in her pocket, much like Nick Cutter, though. So I just kind of like looked up some of her books and thought this one sounded interesting. So this is called Cross Her Heart. Harlan Coben also wrote Sarah Pinborough is about to become your new obsession. So I'm like, okay.
Okay, Harlan.
And he's got taste. So it says Lisa is living a lie and everyone is about to find out. Lisa lives for her daughter Ava, her job, and her best friend Marilyn. But when a handsome client shows interest in her, Lisa starts daydreaming about sharing her life with him too. Maybe she's ready now. Maybe she can trust again. Maybe it's time to let her terrifying secret past go. But when her daughter rescues a boy from drowning and their pictures are all over the news for everyone to see, Lisa's world explodes. As she finds everything she has built is now threatened, she doesn't know who she can trust, and it's up to her to face her past in order to save what she holds dear. But someone has been pulling all the strings, and that someone is determined that both Lisa and Ava must suffer, because long ago, Lisa broke a promise, and some promises aren't meant to be broken. It's giving Something very thriller.
That sounds good.
Yeah, very mystery, like
That's
up
a-
our alley.
That's a good read.
Sounds like can't go wrong with it.
Exactly.
So this is going to be a tough one for us to choose. We've got 2 solid authors that we know write really good books. We've
Yep.
got a classic, The Butterfly Garden.
Yep.
And we've got Hidden Pictures, which I'm already reading, so maybe
Yeah.
we'll put that one aside, and I'll just give my own recap on that one.
Yeah. I do want to read Hidden Pictures at some point.
Yeah,
though.
I think you should. So maybe we'll post. Do you think that's the smartest route? I think
Yeah.
that,
I think
that's
let's do
fun.
that. Yeah.
Okay.
That is fun.
So we'll post on our Instagram for you guys to vote on and choose.
Yes. Kind of like a bracket, if you will.
A little bracket.
A little
if you will.
bracket.
And then we'll go from there. So I don't know. I'm
guess
kind of
we'll
leaning more
see.
towards the Nick Cutter book, but we'll have to see what the people
Yeah.
want.
What the people want.
Give the people what they want, as always.
And then we'll always just circle back and
Yeah.
do a Nick Cutter.
we'll read it another time.
Okay, my last book is Night Bitch by Rachel Yoder.
Period.
Period poo. One day, the mother was a mother, but then one night, she was quite suddenly something else. At home, full time with her 2-year-old son, an artist finds she is struggling. She is lonely and exhausted. She had imagined, what was it she had imagined?
Okay. It's giving word salad.
She imagined, what was it she imagined? That's how I think it was probably
What was
supposed
it
to
she
be read.
imagined? Yeah, okay.
Her husband, always traveling for his work, calls her from faraway hotel rooms. One more toddler bedtime, and she fears she might lose her mind. Instead, period. Instead, quite suddenly, she starts gaining things, surprising things that happen one night when her child will not sleep. Sharper canines, strange new patches of hair, new appetites, new instincts, and from deep within herself, a new voice. With its clear eyes on contemporary womanhood and sharp take on structures of power, Night Bitch is an outrageously original, joyfully submersive read that will make you want to howl in laughter and recognition. Addictive enough to be devoured in one sitting, this is an unforgettable novel from a blazing new talent.
Wait, this sounds really cool.
Doesn't it sound cool? It almost was like an American Horror Story, but like with a spin for me.
Yes, because it's like obviously not realistic. Like whatever's
Right.
going to happen in this is not going to be like based in truth
No,
or
but
like real reality.
no, she's
Clearly turned into like
to
some kind of
a
like werewolf. Yeah.
But I think it's funny because it's a spin on motherhood, and I guess I'm just like so in that brain right now that I was like, wait, I kind of like high-key want to just read that.
Me too, and I think that's also great for fall because it's kind of like spooky.
Spooky.
It's Halloween vibes, and I'm just sold on the title, Night Bitch. It sounds like it's fucking funny.
Yeah, Night Bitch.
And like when she's talking about toddler bedtime and the fucking husband's away at a hotel and he gets a full night's sleep and she's literally like, I'm gonna turn into a fucking werewolf.
My kid will not fucking sleep.
Yeah, I'm going to turn into a werewolf and rip my husband's head off.
Yeah.
Love it.
So I really do think I'll probably read that one.
That's a fun read.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna read that one
and
too.
if you can
honestly.
read it in one sitting or listen to it, I'm sure it'll just like fly by.
Yeah, and it's something that's also like in the realm of thriller, but different and fun.
Yes.
Love that.
Yep.
I'm glad you brought that one in.
Night Bitch.
Night Bitch. This is gonna be a tough one, y'all. Really sit with
We're
these
gonna have
choices.
to sound off.
Yep, we'll sound off. We'll get back to y'all.
All right.
Thank you for listening.
As always,
Love ya.
love ya.
Oh, don't forget to leave, rate, and review.
do it.
Right now. Stop what you're doing. 5 stars. Goodbye.
Bye.